2023, we had some bidding wars going on. Okay. We still had some bidding wars. They went above listing price, right? Usually when they go above listing price, you've got a bidding war. In 2023, that was up there. In 2024, it begins to drop. 2025, it goes even lower. This all makes sense, right? This is what we see in a shift, not a crash. This is not a crash because look at all the market. It's all much the similar type of arches that we see here. Nothing drastic going on. No no signals going off to say, oh no, this is trouble. Just more of an adjustment going on. A little bit of a change here, a little bit of change there, and micro changes and those type of things going on. But this, and just so you guys know, all these articles that I'm covering are inside of the description on YouTube. You can go back here and check these type of things out and click on that. And you can go through and digest all these type of things. All right. And there's tons and tons of data on there. But there's the graph that gives you an idea visually about what is going on in this market. Right. So if I was to really kind of summarize this article for you guys, I think there is some buyer fatigue going on. And it's being replaced by what I would call a calculated urgency in certain price brackets. So we talk about the average in the nation around the 389,000 mark. Depending on your market. If you're more rural, it might be closer to 3 or 2, higher, high 2s. Could be in a bigger area above 4 to 5, somewhere in there. But what we are seeing is that buyers are being more calculated in the urgency of them buying a home, right? They're not just rushing in and buying. They're beginning to look at the numbers and seeing what it means. And then they're beginning to negotiate. They're not going in and just accepting the seller's list price. The buyers themselves and even most agents are becoming very much aware that a lot of homes are overpriced currently. They've not adjusted to this shift. So one is if you are a buyer's agent and you focus more on representing buyers, you need to become very much aware about what the value of homes are in your market. Be paying attention about what things are selling for. That way you can better guide your clients. If you're a listing agent, you need to lean in heavily into this data to explain where the market is with your sellers. You need to make sure you are aware of pricing strategies and incentives and what they can be doing to attract the buyers to sell their property. The competition is ramping up a little bit on the seller side of things, and the buyers are more calculated. So when you have this kind of shift going on, properties tend to move a little bit slower. So we need to keep that in mind. It talks about price drops are becoming more common as sellers test the upper limits of the market. So we're going to probably see that trend carry on all the way through 2026. You're going to start seeing more and more price drops happen because homes are sitting on the market longer. If you've been in this industry for any length of time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The mood, too, is still cautious but active. Okay. There are more buyers that are seeking move-in ready over fixer-uppers as well because they're paying a little bit more of a premium still for these houses. So they don't want to necessarily go in and have fixer-uppers. So if you're a seller or listing agent, encourage your seller to get their home move-in ready. Do the little small repairs and things that present the home in its best light possible. Landscaping, curb appeal, garage doors, front doors, those type of things, right? Paint, freshen them up. Get the buyers in there, let them look at it. But they are more cautious, but they are more active. So this is what we see in this market, guys. This is the market we're in. So be sure to pay very much attention to that.